How you getting on there?
Yeah.
Got a nice view of your crotch here. Is that the last one?
Yeah.
Well done.
Oh.
It's very good of you to do that. I mean, it's just that I get a bit lightheaded when I'm lying on my back.
You're not the only one.
So that's the sidecar on the chassis.
God, I'm too old for this job.
With that funny little wheel. You're not old, Dan. That funny little wheel.
It'll suffice for the minute, John.
It'll suffice for now.
Should I give you a recap of what I've done this morning?
Yeah, if you like. Well,
So I pulled your...
You pulled my what? Don't start that, mate.
I pulled your axle bits to pieces.
Oh yeah.
And I took out all the bearings and the axle.
Yeah.
And I cleaned them up in the parts washer.
Yeah, you didn't do everything. Don't forget who went to Wickes and got new bolts.
Well,
and that.
hold on a second. So I came in a bit early this morning, John. Like I say, I wasn't feeling very well.
Yeah, well, I couldn't get here early because I was waiting for Mia to have a shit. She wouldn't have a shit, so I had to wait.
My feet and my bloody and the wheel when I'm talking. Well, yeah, Jesus. Right, so I took your I took all the axle apart this morning.
Yeah.
Yeah, and your hub.
Yeah.
More to the point. So
Yeah.
I took the hub apart. Oh, thank you. I took the hub apart. I've cleaned everything.
You filled it with grease.
I've re-greased it all. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I emptied it all out in the parts washer. I cleaned up your hub on the Y wheel.
Did you lube that hub? Did you lube that under there?
What, underneath here or in there?
In there.
In there it's all done, yeah, it's all greased, everything. I cleaned up...
I just wanted to say lubed.
Oh, right. I cleaned up the hub face a little bit.
Oh, yes, yes.
And then where you filed out the wheels, the wheel holes for the...
What, you're saying I did it wrong?
No, but where these nuts are countersunk,
Yeah.
they're at a 45-degree angle and you fired straight. So I countersank the wheel.
Yeah.
On all four holes, so
yeah.
that these nuts would actually fit in properly. And then I've tightened these up properly now, so that the splines in the back have actually pulled into the hub to hold them, so they won't turn.
There's no way that's coming off of there.
There's no way that's coming off of there, and it actually runs a lot truer than it did yesterday. So that was done. Okay. We've obviously put the sidecar on its chassis.
Yeah, and because I made these.
Sorry, John.
Why did? Oh, see.
It's because I pulled.
Yeah.
Lift.
It's still on the jack. I made these bars.
Yeah. And
no, I didn't make the bars. I cut them to size.
You cut them to size.
And Andy gave me that metal.
Yeah. And I cleaned that up this morning, but you did all the fab work on it.
I did all the hard work on it, yeah.
Yeah. And actually, you did a really good job on that, because they all went pretty much straight in, didn't they?
Yeah.
You just had to... You had to go to Wickes to get some different bolts, because the old bolts were a bit shagged, shall we say.
No, they weren't shagged. You fucking lost one of them, mate.
Well, no. They were shagged. The old...
You lost one of them.
No, that's not true.
Well, you can't shag a bolt.
All right, they were a bit knackered. They were a bit old and decrepit.
Yeah.
Like somebody else I care not to mention. So you went to Wickes and you bought some nice new bolts, didn't you?
I did.
And I have kindly supplied new washers.
Yeah. Don't worry, mate. I'll give you the fucking money. Don't worry.
It's all right. I'm not after the money. So now, the actual sidecar is rigidly bolted with metal struts and support.
Yeah.
And you said... in between here, you're going to put some foam, aren't you?
Yeah, for my dog's comfort.
Yeah. But also, if you sleep in it like you say you're going to and kick the dog out, you might want a little bit of padding on the floor.
Yeah.
Because, you know, you're...
Well, no, but if I've got a fat bird in there, I'll just lie on top of her.
Well, yeah, but what... We're back to those fat birds again. I reckon... Look at me a second. Now, I'm being serious here. I reckon you've got a fat bird on the go you're not telling me about. Because you keep talking about fat birds and you're going to have a fat bird here. So have you met somebody that you're not telling me about?
I'm not saying anything.
No, I reckon you've got a fat bird on the go, and you're not telling me. Because every single time
It's very rude. It's very rude to refer to people as fat birds. Do you know
you
that?
call me fat all the time. I'm not a bird, but you know, you called me Fat Barry Gibb yesterday.
Yeah, no, I haven't
the
got.
sad thing is, I can't really argue with it.
I haven't got. You're not fat, you silly bugger. You've got a bit of tummy, same as me.
Like you, yeah.
It's just part of as you get when you get to 35, you develop tummies.
I'm blaming it on my steroids.
Oh yeah.
I take lots of steroids.
Oh yeah.
People don't know that, but I take lots of medication because I'm not normal.
No.
So
I wasn't going to mention your disability.
Well, we don't need to go there.
Because I mean, I feel now you've made me feel fucking awful making you do all this work.
Well, how do I put this? I have to manage myself, don't I? So
Yeah.
I sleep every afternoon and stuff because I don't feel very well a lot of the time. But we don't need to go there. But the steroids.
No, you just fucking did, didn't you?
The steroids I take make me fat. That's all I'm saying. I'm blaming it on the steroids.
Yeah.
Right, move
Yeah.
on.
Yeah. So that's that done. So.
Yeah. So what I want to do now.
And there's my beautiful bar. I had an idea that, I was saying this is going to be, am I going to be able to see over the top? Of course, I don't have to have that low seat anymore.
No.
I could pad that out a bit, couldn't I?
What we should do is stick a motorcycle hub on there because I've got some.
A motorcycle hub? What do you mean?
Well, we could put something that fits a motorcycle hub because I have here.
What are you talking about, a motorcycle hub?
For your sidecar. You didn't think of this before.
Oh, I see.
We can make up a spline or a hub. So I have here some nice wheels.
Yeah, blimey, that is a big bugger, isn't it?
Yeah.
Compare.
We could use the front wheel, John.
Yeah.
But it will match the same size as your other wheels.
Well, no, that looks too big now. Or does it?
If you
doesn't really, does it?
If you want to go off-roading in Scotland, it is a bit too big, isn't it?
Yeah.
But they're the wheels off.
It's not too big. It's too wide, I think. Because I mean, although I'm having a go at this wheel, I like the fact that it's narrow. It doesn't, it doesn't take up so much space.
These are for Harley Davidson Street Glide.
So you reckon I could change that hub and put that on?
Well, yeah, we could probably put some wheel bearings on and we could bolt a different hub to that. But I think it would make the sidecar too tall, if I'm honest.
Yeah, but for the moment, anyway, I'm keeping with that because I
think, although it looks very small, then I agree with that. I think for the moment, until we find a better option, that Lambretta will suffice because it fits and there's not going to really be any weight in the sidecar.
No.
And it gives you plenty of clearance.
Yeah.
So what I'd like to do now, what are you filming exactly? You're just waving your camera
I'm just
around.
waving it around at this thing.
Yeah, you do that quite a lot. When you don't have a camera in your hand, you just stand and wave it around. So what I would like to do now is I'd like to get the sidecar off the axle stands. Are you filming my tits again?
Is the kettle broken then?
Oh, we can have a cup of tea first.
I bought you some biscuits.
I did see you bought me some biscuits.
Yeah.
Am I in shot, or are you actually...
You are in shot. You're looking...
Yeah, because yesterday you just filmed that part of me for ages, and I thought, that's bloody nice, isn't it? You got my moves and gut. So after a cup of tea then, John, I'd like to get the chassis off the axle stand.
Yeah.
Yep.
We'd have to chock it to the right height.
That's it. So we'll put the wheel on the floor, yeah, and then we will level the chassis to find out what the ride height is.
Yeah.
And then I can work out...
Very elegant fingers.
And no, I don't play the piano. But then we can put your bike on the floor and measure the chassis height from the floor on your bike.
Yeah, can I be riding that out of here today?
And we can work, of course you will. And we can work out the relative ride heights.
Yeah.
And then I know how to fix it. Attach it to your bike on the points to attach it to.
Yeah.
Because if there's an offset in the chassis height, I need to allow for that.
Okie doke.
All right?
Yeah.
Cup of tea time?
Okay, mate.
Sounds good.
That'll do for this little bid.
Put your kettle on then.
See you later, alligator.
In a while, crocodile.